back to my channel. Just kidding, I have only been in England for a couple of days. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't been making videos for a while, so I just thought I should make one, and it's been a pretty crazy couple of months because just last month I've had exams and I've had to move all of my things out of New York and move it to an Airbnb where my dad and my aunt were staying, and then I had graduation the next day, so I graduated and then I had 2 days in New York to gather all my things and then move all the way back to California, and then 3 weeks later I had to get all my things and pack them and move back to London. So I'm in London now. So I thought that I should just do a little video about myself because I haven't really introduced myself that much. There are just some things that people may not know about me which they might find interesting or not. Well, let's see. I mentioned before that I graduated from university, and I graduated from Pace University, which is located in downtown Manhattan in New York City. And I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in communications and a minor in psychology. So point number 2, I was born in San Francisco and I have lived in the Bay Area for many years up until I was 18. Then I moved to LA and stayed there for about a year, then moved to London and stayed there for a year, and then I went back home to study. Then I worked really hard and tried to get really good grades so I could transfer to a better school, and so then I applied all over where the best communication programs were, and I chose to go to New York City and live life in Manhattan because I've always been a city person, so just thought it was the right fit for me. I am Chinese, I'm full Chinese, but I do have family that live in Malaysia and they've lived there for a while. My grandma was one of 14 children and they all grew up in Malaysia, so there's a whole nother side of the family that I have yet to meet, which is really exciting because we are planning on going there relatively soon, and I will get to meet all the relatives and everything. Being from Chinese descent, a lot of people expect you to know how to speak Chinese, and even though I'm an ABC, which is an American-born Chinese, I can speak a bit of 3 different dialects. So I learned Mandarin when I was in high school and also at university. I grew up learning Cantonese in Toisan, but the problem was I actually did not know the difference between the 2 languages. I just thought it was Cantonese, and so I thought, oh, there's like 2 ways to say everything when there actually isn't. So I struggle a little bit, but luckily a lot of Chinese people in San Francisco speak both, so if I'm speaking to them they understand both dialects, but if I'm speaking in New York City they might have difficulty because a lot of people in the Chinatown in that area speak Mandarin. I have a sister who's 4 years younger than me. Her name is Adrian. She is the opposite of me, but we found our ways to get on really well, and we used to argue a lot when we were younger, but we've seen eye to eye now, and now that we're a bit older, we're a lot closer. So it's really nice, and I miss her a lot. I have never walked across the Golden Gate Bridge. My friend Freya, she makes fun of me for doing this all the time because San Francisco is her dream place to go to, and she cannot believe that I still have not done that after over 20 years of living there basically. Something you may not know about me is that I'm quite a neat freak. I like things to be very clean and things need to be put back in their place and everything has a place, and it just like gives me anxiety when it's not that way. So that's just like a tiny bit of OCD on my part, but something I wanted to discuss was the slang in England. It drives me crazy. So it took me a really long time. I'm still in the process of trying to figure out what the heck these people are saying all the time. It's just, it feels like they're speaking a different language. And I remember for a project when I was at uni in London, I was trying to figure out what everyone was saying. So I made a little like dictionary book thing of slang, and it just was really annoying because people were like, oh, but that means one thing here and then it means something else in a different place. And I was like, how will I ever communicate with these people? Someone was like, are you mad? And I was like, not angry, like. And another thing, I remember this so clearly. So the first time, so you guys always say like things like, oh, you're right. And I'm just like, I'm fine. Because in America, when you're like, oh, are you all right? It just is like, oh my gosh, are you hurt? Are you injured? Like, what's wrong? And I was like, why are these people asking me if I'm okay? Like, I'm not hurt or anything. I don't have any cuts or bruises. Another thing is when someone said crepes or something, and I was like, do you mean crepes? No. No, they meant shoes. I've only been to 9 of the 50 states, and that's Boston, New York, Washington DC, Washington State, California, of course, Hawaii, Nevada, Arizona, Oregon. But yeah, that's really not a big percentage. I haven't even been to 20% of my country, which is kind of sad. This is like a really random point. When I sleep, I have to have something covering my ear. Otherwise it's like, cause like one head's on the pillow, and if this ear is exposed, it's like this ear is cold, so I need to like cover it with something, you know, like my hair or the blanket or something like that, but I can't stand having my ear exposed for some reason, and I can't sleep unless it's covered. I started playing basketball, which was in the 4th grade, which is when I was about 9 years old, and I played until my junior year of high school because I thought it would just be too stressful to play my last year of high school. So my senior year of high school, I didn't play basketball. I just worked at the basketball games at home, and I would do the shot clock, and I would do the scoreboard, and I was in charge of the possession arrow, and also talking to the refs to make sure that the game ran smoothly. And I miss being paid to watch basketball. That was like the best job ever. And it was so easy and it was so much fun. I never thought that that was something I would do, but I really enjoyed it. So every morning I have my signature dish, which my friends and I call 2 Egg Steph, which basically derives from my friends calling me 2 Sip Steph because I can only have 2 sips of alcohol before I am intoxicated, and you can tell. Going back to the 2 Egg Steph thing, I pan fry these 2 eggs, and I put those 2 eggs on top of toasted bread and spinach with tomatoes and cheese. And then I put the eggs on top with little smoked paprika and some freshly ground pepper. And it's delicious, and I have it almost every morning. Okay, this is another odd thing, but I can make a clover leaf with my tongue. I don't know if I want to zoom in on that. It's really gross, but yeah. Hidden talent, I guess. So a lot of people ask me what I watch on YouTube, and the honest truth is I'll watch like basketball highlight videos or interviews with basketball players, or I'll watch things like hydraulic press videos. Now you may think this is really strange, but millions of people watch them, and it is just so satisfying. I just love them. So YouTube videos aren't the first videos that I made. I also used to be a part of this documentary program when I was in high school, and it was great because I learned how to work with other people, and I also learned how to make films. It consisted of about 60 people, I think, and 30 of them were juniors in high school and the other 30 were seniors in high school. So the seniors would teach the juniors how to operate the camera equipment as well as edit. And also back then we would burn it on a disc so we could all watch it as a class together. And it was interesting because at the beginning you would be in little groups of 4 or 5 people depending on the project, and they would assign you little movies to make because you would have to learn how to use everything. And also try and complete a task that the teachers gave us. But then at the end of the year, we'd have a big documentary that we'd have to make, which was basically to find a subject or a topic and make a film about it and educate everyone about it as well. Every year we would have a film festival which was located in the town of my high school, and we would hire out a theater and a lot of people would come and watch the top videos that our teachers and all the other students have voted on, which they thought were the best videos of that year. They also had different categories for student Emmys, and one of the documentaries that my group and I made, called A Special Education, received a Student Emmy Award, which I thought was pretty cool. Another thing that I love to do is I love to ice skate. I used to ice skate a lot when I was younger. I did ballet and ice skating at the same time, and that just has followed me throughout my life. It's been a big part of my life because I used to go ice skating every Saturday with my friends, and I just really enjoy it. This is another hidden talent. So I can wiggle my ears, which is, I guess, kind of cool. I'm not sure. I don't know what exactly that would be used for, but it's something that I'm capable of doing. I hope you can tell. So yeah, isn't that interesting? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to also make more videos in the future now that I have more free time and I'm not in university anymore. So hopefully I'll upload a little more often. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! I really need to sneeze. So why am I Canadian? I hope to record more videos.